Welcome to the Sliver and Bite podcast. I'm Chris, baker, entrepreneur, and big business survivor. Here we will explore the challenges of entrepreneurship and flick the switch on self-discovery in order to carve out your own path. So join me on a journey which will hopefully enlighten, entertain, and educate. On today's podcast, working for big business and even small businesses, it just wasn't on the cards for me at that time. I was still having a lot of trust issues with people in general. Being a delivery partner allowed me to be in complete control. This model works on a flowchart in a boardroom with no understanding of what actually happens on the ground. The majority of these restaurants were built in the late 80s, early 90s. Are we able to continue to feed this untamable beast? So let's start with why I became a delivery partner. So towards the end of my recovery period in 2022, it was a means to an end. As Sliver and Bite had just been shut down, as you know, in the previous podcast, I needed a source of income. Working for big business and even small businesses, it just wasn't on the cards for me at that time. I was still having a lot of trust issues with people in general. Being a delivery partner allowed me to be in complete control. I chose when I started, what job I wanted to accept, and if I had had enough of people for the day, I was able to log off and head home. You may be thinking, what is a delivery partner? Well, when you work for DoorDash, you're a dasher. For Menulog, a courier, and for Uber Eats, you're an Uber Eats driver. They all perform the same task. Collect an item, be it food or a parcel, and deliver it to the address that pops up on your smartphone. How does it all work? Well, it's an extremely easy concept. The customer orders food. The restaurant receives the order with a predetermined preparation time in the system. When that time is up, the system then sends a message out to the delivery partner with an estimated delivery payment amount. The delivery partner accepts and heads towards the restaurant. The restaurant has the branded bag sitting on the counter, ready to be collected. The delivery partner alerts a staff member who verifies the order and hands over the order. The delivery partner places the order in an insulated bag to keep the customer's food fresh. The delivery partner places the insulated bag in the mode of transportation and delivers the food item to the client in their requested manner. Sometimes in person, majority of the time, it's left at the door. This model works on a flowchart in a boardroom with no understanding of what actually happens on the ground. Before I proceed, here are some personal stats. As a merchant, I had 68 orders collected and I was active as a merchant for 2 months. As a delivery partner, I have chalked up 9,836 deliveries. I have a 100% satisfaction rating and 1,561 compliments. So it would be fair to say that I have just a tad more experience as a delivery partner. Or do I? Walking into a restaurant, I immediately begin to observe. So safe to say I have a lot of experience on how an establishment is running. For instance, is there a manager present? And if they are they assisting staff? The cleanliness of the establishment, the organisation of guests, and the service. Since 2017, we have had the option to order food at the click of a button or the swipe of a smartphone. This introduction to the economy lit the fuse to reach a predicted $18 billion with the online delivery market in 2024 and is expected to reach a market volume of $27 billion by 2029 here in Australia. That's a lot of deliveries from a lot of restaurants that require a lot of staff to have that bag ready for the delivery partner to collect. There would be countless scenarios as to the reason why we order. Are we lazy? Are we busier? Or are we simply addicted to convenience? I'd say it's a little from all three. However, there are some reasons that may be overlooked, such as people that struggle with mobility, elderly people, international and domestic travellers. The option for food delivery assists more than just the standard, I just can't be bothered cooking. And the convenience certainly outweighs the cost. I see it weekly. In a day, I often deliver breakfast, lunch and dinner to the same address. It's clear that the convenience outweighs the cost because on average, the delivery fee is $5. And that to be adding to the average order cost of $25, that particular address is willing to spend upwards of $90 per day on food delivery. Now, this is based on personal research. The stats vary so much from street to street, suburb to suburb, and state to state. The research conducted is outdated. There has been countless success stories, from small businesses being able to keep their doors open due to becoming a food delivery merchant. All of a sudden, businesses were able to attract demographics they would never have been able to reach. There was an estimated 30,000 Australian restaurants across the delivery platforms in 2019. And with the COVID pandemic, the applications to become a food delivery merchant would have skyrocketed. Let's get into the impact of this explosion. I'll start with the fast food restaurants. If you visit the outlets, you would have noticed some changes. There is an increase in bodies, whether that's in the restaurant or cars queuing in the drive-thru. But hold up, haven't we been discussing food delivery partners? Yes. However, this impacts the outlet itself. Just because you are ordering via an app doesn't mean there still isn't the demand for the physical visit to the outlet. The large fast food chains have steadily increased over all three avenues. In most cases, what haven't you seen? Any changes to the physical outlet itself. They are pumping out an additional 2.4 billion Australian dollars on 2023's numbers. But we are seeing little changes to the processes. Majority of these restaurants were built in the late 80s, early 90s, containing the same amount of kitchen space. Yet the demand is so much higher. The increased stress on staff is noticeable, more so at the peak times of the day. However, observing the staff at regular intervals, they don't look happy. And why would you be? You have a manager, usually not present, with a full drive-through, packed restaurant, and 2 or more delivery partners shoving their phones in your face to receive the order. And take it from me, the delivery partner falls to the bottom of the staff's priority list in every single situation. First up, it's drive-through. Then it's the in-store customers, and right down there, delivery partners. You can understand why they need to prioritise. But with recent changes to the ordering platforms, the delivery price of a burger is higher than if you were to order it in store. Add the delivery and the service fee, and you've got yourself an additional $10 added to your meal. Yes, you are paying for convenience. But from the time you order your meal to the time it takes for you to receive it, you're looking at approximately 40 minutes. And with that 40-minute wait, do you even feel like having the burger anymore? And does the customer see value in that order? The 40-minute wait is due to the inability to create food fast enough. Gone are the days where you used to have anywhere between 5 to 10 menu items to choose from. There are fast food giants out there that have upwards of 50 food menu items. 50. No longer can the staff member turn around, take a burger from the pass, place it in a bag, and hand it over. There are too many burger variants to create. The humble burger flipper has now become a modern short order cook. Whilst ordering from one of the fast food giants will still save you time, can we really call them fast food? So these days, delivery partners are also delivering groceries. Grocery deliveries are usually offered at a higher amount, and the delivery partner would either head to the click and collect bays, in-store, and even complete the shop itself. Delivery partners will go into the store, grab a trolley, pick the items off of the shelf and deliver to the customer. Much the same as fast food, there is a priority system. Delivery partners are tended to last and can wait up to 30 minutes to receive the order. And sometimes the wait can make your blood boil. Delivery partners are working on efficiency. Within that 30-minute wait for the groceries, we could have been offered 2 to 3 fast food jobs, totaling the same amount or even more. You would think that this would alleviate the demand in store. No. Sources have told me that the stores are just as busy and online orders are through the roof. Due to the ability to order, that pesky word convenience rears its ugly head again. Customers are ordering smaller amounts in order to cook dinner and possibly prepare lunch for the next day. Gone are the days of the weekly shop. The impact in store is most noticeable by the stock and the number of staff you see stocking the shelves. Another concept that seems to have gone by the wayside: night fill. I remember working at an independent grocery store back in 2015. I would arrive to work at 10:30 p.m. and there would be pallets at the end of each aisle with stock that had to be rotated onto the shelves. If you were lucky, the supervisor would break down the pallet and slide the items down the aisle ready to be placed on the shelf. Nowadays, there seems to be a cage in every aisle with a staff member or two placing the stock on the shelf. Again, there has been little change to the width of the aisles, and manoeuvring around the aisles is difficult at the best of times. So this is not the only problem. We also have delivery partners having to deal with out-of-stock items. The customer is able to customize their order in one of two ways. If the requested item isn't available, it can be removed. Or they may have a replacement request that is able to be added in lieu. But in most cases, the customer leaves that blank. So it's up to the delivery partner to reach out to the customer and ask if they want it deleted or if they have a preferred item. Majority of the time, the customer doesn't track their order, so the delivery partner is left standing around waiting to get a response. The only way to rectify this is regular stock checks and an impeccable ordering procedure. Regardless, the grocery stores will never place an item unavailable because a good delivery partner will provide options which will keep the store earning. And sometimes the virtual payment card doesn't work. The delivery partner has a card that's loaded onto their phone and they're able to pay for the groceries so they're not out of pocket. This is all well and good if the dollar amount matches. If not, you're screwed. Then you're going to have to get in touch with support while you're usually standing in the self-checkout area, holding up customers. And finally, we've reached delivering the order. Most times out of 10, your order is between 3 to 6 paper bags. On occasion, you will get the order that is upwards of 15 bags, usually accompanied by a 30-pack of dunny roll. Allegedly, there is an item limit. However, it doesn't seem to be the case. And you just know that these orders are going up a flight of stairs. And finally, collecting from small restaurants and cafes. They also have their downfalls. These outlets are usually manned by 2 or 3 people. So there can be lengthy waits, but as long as there's communication. When you look at the situation they're in, and that they're trying their best to get the order ready, and they're providing a time frame, I tend to remain calm. It's certainly disappointing to see some businesses growing and losing sight of what they stand for and why they began. I have seen a recent expansion of a cafe that was quaint and that provided superior service with engaging staff and customers that have been regulars for years. The owner has now opened 2 new outlets, and that has seen the recognisable staff be relocated, and instantly the calibre of service and that warmth has disappeared. At this particular cafe, I have seen the replacement staff eating behind the counter while serving guests. And now the barista yells out, "Your coffee's ready, love," instead of either using their name or walking the order out to them. I know my standards, and if I get a feeling that I'm no longer valued, I simply won't return. Unfortunately for small businesses, there are too many big players out there ready to take your customer because you have lost their loyalty. And being a part of the delivery partner network, is that possibly the downfall to some of these small businesses? We are all looking for value, whether that be in the coffee that the barista makes, or the service that is unmatched, or the speed in which you're seen to. Value is measured in numerous ways, and the customer is fickle. With the accessibility of food delivery and the constant improvements and streamlining of this service, are we able to continue to feed this untamable beast? And if we continue down this path, will there be a way back to the standard of service that we used to get? Do we want service anymore? That's certainly a topic for another day. But let's head back to the boardroom and flip that damn table all the executives are sitting around. Their flowchart is great in theory, and the end-to-end journey makes sense. However, they may not be focusing on the variables and the quality of the delivery process. Or they have considered this and simply overlook it. The ability to fulfill orders, ensure the drivers are in and out of store swiftly, is out of their control. It's up to the merchant and the delivery partner's integrity. But who suffers? The customer. I feel the elusive beast that is food delivery may fail, as the customer will begin to distrust and reduce their order frequency or stop ordering altogether. I have witnessed a few examples of why customers may reduce their ordering frequency. When I've been at the grocery store doing a personal shop, I've noticed a delivery partner conducting a shop for somebody. What was confusing to me is that he was going about it so slowly, but the penny dropped. He was prolonging the amount of time it took to do the shop, because if there is a notable increase in the delivery time, the delivery partner receives additional compensation. But I've also witnessed this when I've used the app to order groceries myself. Items which are extremely easy to locate, such as eggs, sugar, milk, has taken an exorbitant amount of time because you can track the order as it's been placed into the trolley. Understanding what the delivery partners are doing makes me not want to order through the app anymore. It would be more cost effective and convenient to just have gone to the shop myself. What is the customer paying for in the delivery and service fee? A cold meal that took too long to be delivered? I'm not one to get the executive team involved. However, Perhaps they need to get back to the flip chart and figure out a way to improve efficiency and reward those that are efficient. It seems that I've spent a lot of time on the doom and gloom aspect of being a delivery partner. There are some phenomenal small businesses out there providing amazing service and clearly put a lot of effort into training their staff. Once upon a time, I would have endorsed the larger businesses and the training they provided to their staff. However, these days, there is such a massive gap between managers and the front line. No longer do the staff conducting the grunt work fully understand the mechanics of the industry that they're in. They are simply on a production line. Small business, that's where it's at. Providing you have the manager that is willing to spend the time and put in the effort into upskilling their staff. Thanks for joining me. I hope that you've benefited from this topic and have gained some unique insights from my experience, investigation, and observations. For those of you that have subscribed, you will be notified of my next podcast. Until next time, stay positive and keep seeking knowledge. See you soon.